So guys, after cutting all my pattern on my fabric, right, so don't forget that you have to notch or you mark your sides where, like, this part is where I'm going to put this channel, this yeah, where the loops are going to be, and this is to where I'm going to join the side of the back, that's the dart. Now this is the front. Now I went ahead to cut two stripes that I'm going to be using for the boning channel, and it measures 1, right, and the both of them is 1. And for this one, I went ahead to cut it, and the left ½ inches for the joining. This is where the loops, is going to be, right, and this is where I'm going to attach it into. This one measures 1.5, so I'm going to sew 1.5 inches. When I sew ½ inch, it will remain 1 inch, and that is where the loop is going to be. So now I'll go ahead to, and don't forget that before you sorry about the noise, it's a kid talking. So before you, don't forget that when you're joining these pieces, try as much as possible to have your pattern paper on it so you don't get confused, right? So we're going to go like this. I'm going to pin this, right? Now, right, this is going to be, and when you're sewing, this is going to be like this. I will hold it down. I don't want any story that touches the heart, right? So I'll join this one to this one. While sewing everything, all the join at the front part. So when I sew it, this is how it's going to be like. I'm sewing, this is going to be our front because I'm still going to join the bone channels on it, right? So it's going to cover it. So this space is going to be the back. So I'll go ahead and do that now. So this is the back and this is the front, right? So now I'll trim this excess out. Be very careful when you're trimming so you don't cut in between the lines. Don't forget, this is the back and this is the front, right? So guys, I have the 2 pieces for the back, right? Now I'll take off my pin. And carefully I'm putting it up so I don't get confused, right? So don't forget that we're sewing at the front, right? So this part will join this part. Look at the 2 joining, and this is where we're going to join, right? So this one will join this part, right? So you sew. Right, so this is it. So put this aside. So notch. So guys, after sewing the front part and the back part, so now this is the upside. This is where the loops, this thing plankets will be, and this is where I'm going to join to the side. So I'm going to go ahead and give this cut, this organza, a nice press so it can be relaxed for me. But before then, I'm putting this pin up here to indicate that this is the up part of my outfit. I'm putting the both. I'll put this to indicate this is the where the loops is going to be. If I put chalk, it might probably can. Okay, let's do that then. So now I'm going to go ahead and give this a nice press so it can be relaxed for me. So guys, after ironing, this is what I have for the front, and you can see that I had to iron it to get the sharp parts, so that when I want to put, look at it, you can see it will be easier for me. So I'm go ahead to sew this, and don't forget, this is, I don't know if you guys can see this, but then you have to open your eyes well so you can see. So this is the up part, this is the where the loop channel is going to be, this is the up part. So now I'll go ahead and sew this down. Right, I'm going to sew 1/2 inch. I doubled this so that it can have a big hold on this organza. This organza is very soft, so I'm going to sew like this. I'm going to sew 1/2 inch down. You have to be very careful, and I'm going to sew on from this grace here. From this grace here, I'm going to sew here, right, 1/2 inch or 1/4 self. Right, so go ahead, be very careful. See this, right? Then we go in, right, and fold it in like this. We're gonna fold it inside. Look at. Can you see that? As you are folding it, you are stretching this part, right? And this is what we have, right? Look at how neat it is. Right, so this is where this one is going to come in. Right, so now I'll go ahead, the same thing I did here is what I'll do for this place and do for this place, and I can decide to come again to this place, right? So whatever I choose to do, I'll do. But for now, let me go ahead and do for this part. Right, so guys, after sewing everything, this is what I have for the two parts of the back. Right, I went ahead to iron it flat so it can be flattened, right? For the same thing for the back, as you can see, the pin is still there to indicate that this is the upside. I had to even go ahead to chalk it again too, because I noticed the chalk was cleaning, right? So now we'll concentrate on this part. So now, if you notice, this boning, they are not, it is not equal, right? This lower part is going to be at this part, right? this lower part of will be at the part. Look at it, it's not equal. I don't know if you can see this, like it's not equal. Yeah, so this part that is lower would come to this part. So now look at it. So guys, before I go ahead, I want to show you guys something. Look at this. You can actually use a cutting bias for this channel, but because my boning is actually big, because my sewable boning is big, so that is why I didn't use it. It's actually bigger than the cutting bias, so that's why I opted out for this one, so that it can easily enter inside. But for you, you can actually use this if you have a smaller boning that can go through it. So that is that for that. So now I'll go ahead, you know, and see. So now I'll place my iron on it. I don't know if you can see, this is my main and this is the iron, right? Now have to go in with this to get my curve. I can use a free hand, but in the course of this video I want to use this, right? You have to be careful, right? You come up this, right? So now I'll leave like half inches. Now because it's an organza, it's very difficult to do, but we're gonna pull this off. So we pin this, we pin it, we pin, just hold it down, just to hold it down, right? Right, this is what we have. Then we'll go in. Don't forget we're coming inside. We'll have to now trim it. We'll have to trim out all the excess. So after trimming, we bring it back, right, like this. You see that our corset is coming to place, right? We bring it like this and turn and turn and turn, right? So guys, after sewing, this is what we have. This is what we have. Don't worry, relax. It's still gonna come in place. So I'll go ahead and do the same thing I did for this place to this part. And so, and when I finish sewing, I'll come back and show you what it looks like. So guys, after sewing, this is what we have. But it's looking, I don't know, but let's sew this part. Look at that. So now, same thing. Don't forget, this part is the smaller part. look at it, this part will be that's the smaller part. So now I would put it from here. Alright, so this is what we have under the bust. So now I would push this inside and sew this part. I'll go ahead and put our bone in. Don't forget this part that is lower will come here, then that part, then this part. So I'm gonna put this in from here. Okay, just like this. Alright, so guys, now I have removed the iron, the underbust iron, right? So now I've brought the bolt back. Now this is the front. So now we are going to join it like this. Okay, this is the upside. Remember the notch that we put. Right, look at it. So now we are going to join it to the right side, right? So I'll pin this part together. Right side, right? Then this part, we're going to join it like this. Take this pin. No. So now we'll trim it. Okay. So this is what we have after sewing, right? So now we're gonna come in here and sew as usual, right? So this is what we have. Oh, then. So the same thing I'll do for this side too. So guys, after ironing, this is what I have. So I had to go iron this side down, right? So now I'm going to fix the iron back. So this is going to be for this, is going to be for this. So I'm going to fix the iron back so I can, right? Coming from here. Okay, so now I'm going to flip it over so I can trim out the excess, right? There's a lot of excess in this clothes, so you have to be very, very careful. Right, look at it. Come on. Make sure all the excesses are trimmed out. Right. So we'll trim the excess for both the up and the down. So now I'll go ahead after I've slotted in my this thing, then I'll go in and the same way, the same thing I did. I leave half inches here and sew. Fold this in. fold it again and sew it. This is what we have. Okay. And so we'll do the same thing for this part. Put this inside, and we'll do the same thing for this part too. So guys, after sewing everything, I have sewn, this is the front, I have sewn the both sides. Look at it, like it's coming out so well, like so well. Look at it. This is the back and this is the front. So now it's time to put some boning in here. Right, so the trick I usually use, instead of me to put the boning like this, like it's bent towards it, I'll turn to the other side and put it. So guys, after slotting on my boning, yeah, right, so I'll now bring back my this, don't forget, right, I'll bring it back and I'll sew the both of the edge. I'll turn it back and sew it. So I'll turn it back. The same thing we've been doing from the beginning, right? So this, I'll sew it to the front. Don't forget, this is the front. So this is how it's going to be, right? So now we are going to trim out the excess. So guys, after sewing this part, right, after sewing this down this part, we would fold this piece down like this and put it underneath this spare side and sew. I'm going to bring this part to this end, right? Fold the first one and we'll fold it back like this. I hope you saw that. The other part. Now I'm going to sew this edge. See how neat. So the same thing we did here is what we're going to do on the other side, right? So after sewing, guys, this is what we have. I have sewn the both sides, right? To sew it, but before then I'll put the boning in here and sew, leave half inch here as usual, and sew. Then when I sew it, I'll bring it back like this and finish up, right? So I'll go ahead and do that now. So guys, for this part, right, for this part I'll be putting, I had to get a boning, plastic boning, and this is about, it's not even up to half an inch, so I had to get a boning for extra hold. So I'm going to sew in this, I'm going to sew in that. Look at that, I'm not even showing. So we sew it down. I'll turn it to this side, right? Turn to this side and fold. And sew on it. So So guys, after everything, this is what we have. I'm going ahead to put to chalk the distance I'll need for the highlights, and I'll go ahead to put the highlights, and I'll come back and show you. Hey lovers, so if you've learned 1 or 2 things from this video, kindly like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. And guys, our online class is out. Kindly go register. Bye.